Hello, I'm Joshua Kitts, the designer of Simple Superheroes, and today I'm here to show you just how simple and straightforward it can be to create a character in this system. And today we're going to create a character named Instinct. So his concept is that he's a psychically powered person who operates in a very instinctual fashion. So when you're creating a character, the first thing you do is come up with a concept, which is what we just discussed, and then you grab a talent array. And for Instinct, I'm going to be using the standard array, which also gives you these relations and value ranks. So you're going to grab one of these talent ranks, you're going to throw it in an ability category, give it a name, and give it an intent. So without further ado, we're going to give him a Mental Blast talent, which is offensive, so he uses those over relatively short distances to damage people. Now we're also going to give him a Mental Wall talent, which is defensive and used to defend against exactly that sort of attack or other kinds of mental control. We've got our 2 4s down. Now we're going to give him a Tactics talent, which is going to be functional, which you can use in all sorts of different ways, and he'll probably use most often to pool with his allies. And we're also going to give him a Detective talent, which is also functional, so he's good at investigating and finding things out. Now beyond that, we're also going to give him a Predictive Dodge talent, which is good for defending against physical attacks, and a Predictive Strike talent, which is good for hurting people in a physical fashion. Now he has one more talent, and yes, we definitely could leave senses blank if we wanted to. You get to roll 1 die all the time, and you're considered rank 1 for anything that a normal human could do. But I actually do want to put it in senses. It's going to be an Empathy talent, so he has a Psychic Empathy ability. And that actually explains part of how he gets this Predictive Strike and Predictive Dodge talent. So every superhero starts with 6 life points and 6 strain points, unless you take a talent to boost that. But Instinct didn't, so he has 6 and 6. Next thing you do is you come up with some relations and values. He has a girlfriend named Amy. He loves socializing, going to parties, and he has a best friend named Richard. At this point, you probably pass off your character to the GM to discuss. Creating a character in Simple Superheroes should always feel a bit like brainstorming, so you'll discuss each of these talents a little bit to make sure you're both on the same page. And the GM will award you some superpower finesses, which are measures of interrelated powers and how flexible you are. So I'm going to give him a 3 predictive talent. So this is his ability to kind of read people. And I'm also going to give him an intelligent power. So he has this great tactics and detective ability. Beyond that, every superhero needs some sort of weakness, right? There's a pretty obvious weakness for him, and that is he has almost no ability to act against robots and other things that have no mind whatsoever. So he can't use his Mental Blast on them, he can't use his prediction ability on them, because there's actually nothing in them to read. You could give him some additional weaknesses if you like, but ultimately that is up to the player. It's also up to them just how severe that weakness and drawback might be. So, that's pretty much it. I have created a character here that you could run with and start playing immediately. So hopefully that's piqued your interest in Simple Superheroes, and I may do a couple more videos that go into a little more detail if there is interest. So I hope you'll consider supporting the Kickstarter. and good gaming.